So we found these birds. It's midday. We tried this morning, just super windy and cold. It was like 28 degrees. But the winds died down and we found these birds about 200 yards on another shelter belt, just over. So they can hear us. We've been talking back and forth. These hens got the decoys put up, blind popped up here in this shelter belt. It's going to be really tight quarters, but hopefully we can call them over. I know that they're going to want to go. Joe says the roost is just right behind us over here. So it's mid-afternoon, but eventually they're going to want to work that way anyway, so we'll see. It sounds like the farmer's in checking the cows, so I don't know if that's going to move them around or what, but try to put the call out, see if we can get one over. There's 4 gobblers on my bird right now, 10 yards away. But that was insane. So these birds were in this shelter belt. We had a bunch of jakes come in. They beat up the decoy. They left, went back. These birds came up and they're going to roost. And the lead gobbler wasn't the biggest or the best, but he comes in and I'm gonna say he's probably 5 feet from us. And he gets on one of my avian hens, knocks her down and stands on top of her. There was another tom that came around by the strutter. There's one strutter. And so I was going to shoot the close one. I was going to try to head shoot him, but it was so close I couldn't. I had to make sure. I literally had to stand up. I couldn't even shoot him out of the chair. I had to stand up and shoot down on him. And I was afraid I couldn't get his head and the top of the blind in the picture. I just didn't want to mess it up. So I just body shot him, but he literally went 10 yards and is over here. But I called Joe and asked him if he could come run these birds off because they're about to beat up the decoy. They're beating up my bird right now. We don't want them to see us get out of the blind. So, just an amazing hunt, man. That's outrageous. It's South Dakota Premier Outfitters. Like, it's unreal. There's probably, I don't know, 20 or 30 toms in this group. We've been here a day. This morning was super cold, super windy, just tough to get on them. We waited midday, found out what shelter belt they were in, just put a blind up and the decoys up right there. A shelter belt over from where they were, and they just worked right through perfectly. Joe did his job. He figured out what they were doing. And we got them done, so super, super cool. Hopefully these birds get off my bird quick. Joe can get here and get them run off.
All right, so we just got this wrapped up. This bird kind of got beat up by the other ones, but it's kind of crazy. I had to have Joe call them, had him come run these birds off because they were getting ready to beat up the decoy. They were on my bird, which is a good problem to have. But South Dakota Premier Outfitters, man, they got it going on. I'll put Joe's info on here if you guys want to come out to South Dakota and experience this. It's a heck of an experience and pretty easy to get an archery tag if you want to come out in archery, but they also have shotgun available. So we'll put that on it. We're gonna get this guy up and get some pictures of him and head back to Missouri.